of videos, okay? Okay, you guys were great with this, so we'll just kind of go through it. This is a positive A value, so it's positive, which means it's concave up, which means my vertex is going to be a minimum value, minimum point. Okay, opposite H, follow K, right? A, H, K, opposite H, follow K. Minimum, minimum. This is just the same vertex point. What's the minimum value? It's the Y value. This you didn't have to do for here. You went left 7, down, whoops, left 2, down 7. Hey guys, I'm recording, so whisper to whoever you're talking to. Okay, x-intercepts, if I'm able to graph them pretty neatly, I'll show you guys, but I ended up just putting more points, and some of you had really beautiful graphs, so you kind of put a bunch there. Okay, so if it's -2, -7, I already know this is -7, -2. All right, -1, 0, -3, -4. So if it is 0.5, what am I plugging in? 0, 0 plus 2 squared minus 7, can we see? I get -5, so output is -5. So this is -5. And then if I substitute -1, I get 6.5, -6.5. Remember, input, output, guys. You gotta -1, -3. Okay, so if I plot, these were 6.5, right? And these are 5s. Okay, so it's kind of small, so I ended up plugging in a 3 just to see, like, okay, not that you had to, but just to get a better body, and I'm at 5.5. So then at 3, I realized I was 5.5, so since it was 3 over, then I know this was 5.5, right, because symmetry, and then I just kind of pushed it through just to get a better body of it. Okay. And so then here are my x-intercepts. It kind of looks like 2, and this one looks like -5.75, 5.8, right? If you understand what an x-intercept is. And so then I just do it again for the y. So I had -7, -2, and then -6.5, -1. Whoops, that was a wild. And then, what am I at? -5, 0. Okay, and so here's your parabola. And again, if I know I got, what did I get, 5.5? Then I know it's 5.5, 3. 5.5. And so I just kind of, I don't know if it's very good. Yeah, so the original function, these were my 2 x-intercepts, and then my y-intercept was like a -5. Kind of looks about. Now, that was just from the graph, so you didn't get graded off of your x and y intercepts, but just to, yes, if you grabbed your 5 points, you just got this little curvature. Some of you then just really extended it out, and that was perfect. Okay, you had to solve for the inverse function, so then, right, just like your quizzes, so you had, and any mistakes that were made, it was essentially positives, negatives, so you guys know what you're doing. Just make sure I don't mess it up. Okay, take the 7 over, so x plus 7. Some of you had negative, and then you guys needed to divide by the half. So I get, why am I putting, oh well, x plus 7 equal y plus 2 quantity squared. You want to get rid of the square, so you square root. So I get plus or minus x plus 7, 0.5, and then you get y plus 2. And so then you're going to take over that constant, and it's just going to be in the back. It's the k in the back, and it will be negative because you have to inverse operate. When you cross that equal sign, what's positive goes negative, or when it's negative, it goes positive, right? And then for those of you that you realize, oh wait, she said you're not allowed to have a fraction, a negative, right, decimal, or an imaginary as a denominator, you realize that that's 1/2. So then when you reciprocal it, for those of you that gave me 2x plus 7, or you distributed and gave me 2x plus 14, some of you even gave me this, 2x plus 4, you did more work than was necessary for this test because we're still fresh from summer break. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so that's the first video. I know I went fast, but. And then, of course, if you wanted the y equal x folds. But your graphs were great, so no complaints. Oh, and so this one was out of 20 points. 7 for this, and then it's 10 for the 1, and then the 3 for the graph. So it's 10, 10, regular, and then inverse function, 10, 10. Okay, can I stop the video so we can save it and start?